Hi, it's Ash. Welcome to this yoga for strength practice. We're going to create a bit of heat, we're going to create some strength. We're going to go slow and controlled because that's the total opposite to what the fitness industry promotes, fast and intense and do as much as you can. We're going to slow it down and build strength in a controlled way. We're going to start on our back and our mat. I'm going to do a little bit of a warm up, so we're just going to go left and right with those knees like a windscreen wiper. Just wake up the hips, wake up the lower back before we start. Check in with how your body's breathing. Try and relax. You breathe in a little bit, breathing in and out through the nose. And then just tucking the knees into the chest. Again, give the hips a little wake up, give the back a little massage. Nice and gentle. I'm just going to start to tuck the pelvis a little bit higher because we're going to start to warm up into the abs and the back in a moment. Just breathing, massaging, waking up. Okay, again, just start to tuck the knees up and pull the pelvis a little bit. Squeeze the abs to do that. As you're tucking the pelvis under, squeeze those abs there. And then we're going to start to add in the head a little bit. So as we do this, we're always keeping the back round so we don't roll onto the neck, and we always keep the back nice and round. If the back's flat, you're going to flap and slap the floor, which is going to hurt. So try and keep the back round now. We're going to start to bring the head up a little bit. We're just going to start to have a little bit of a gentle rock. Massage the back into the mat. If you feel like you're feeling extra strong, you can let go of the hands from the knees. And you could use the core muscles, use those ab muscles, use the lower back. Really rock up. Slight little pause at the top. Again, massaging those muscles, but also strengthening and waking them, breathing. And just creating a bit of heat. Maybe go a little bit left with the hips and come up. Maybe go a little bit right with the hips and come up. Just have a little bit of a play about, warm up the core. Keep the back nice and round, waking up the body. Feeling good. If you're not feeling good and this is too intense, let's maybe just take a little bit of a quieter, easier, slower practice. Go change the intensity. And do a couple more of this. Almost there. Let's do one more. As we're coming up to sit. And then we're just going to take the hands backwards. So now we're just going to take the hands with the fingers pointing backwards, and we'll look like an M, like this. Fingers pointing backwards, slight bend in those elbows. If your shoulders pinch, you can take your hands wider away from each other. Bring your feet into your hips. Push strongly into the toes. So foot tripod, your big toe, little toe, and your heel, and push those hips up. Squeeze the bum, the lower back, and breathe. Look through the knees. Slight bend in those elbows so the arms are working, and just play about with your weight distribution into the left hand, into the right foot, into the left hand, right hand, left knee. Just move into the right shoulder, left shoulder. Have a little bit of dynamic movement, energy, squeezing those hips up. Breathe. If at any point you need to come down throughout any of this session, because I'm going to get a little bit intense, if you need to take rests, you need to take it more supported version, you do that. It's your body. I'm just here as a guide. And also you can use this practice as if you do find it difficult and you have to pause, you can come back to it in a few weeks or work on it regularly, and you can see then your progress that you're increasing. Maybe you go a little bit longer, maybe you do more of the things that we're doing. Okay, so the shoulders and arms should be warm, hips should be starting to be a bit more warmer, and bum, back. I'm going to start to just send the hips down, and then from here straightening the legs, keeping the elbows bent. This time we're going to work into the back of the thighs so the hamstrings a little bit more. Dig the heels in, and we're going to send the hips up. Again, if you need to, you can just hover. Look towards the toes. You take the supported version for you. If you need to keep coming down, again, just take that. Build the strength. Accept where your body is right at this moment in time. Squeeze the lower back, squeeze the bum, squeeze the back of the thighs. Breathe into the belly button. Nice, strong position. Keep a slight bend in those elbows. Look towards the toes. Accept the intensity. It strengthens your body, strengthens your mind. Creates a strong, resilient mind and body. Again, when you feel something sinking, if you can, squeeze it back up. If you need a rest, take one. One more breath in. As you're breathing out, slowly lowering the hips to the floor. We're going to go into some core work or some abs work. Going to bring the hands as if you're holding a steering wheel. Just push your belly button and your chest a little bit forward so we'll get a strong back, so we're not rounding through the back. Dig the heels in, and you can stay here. Or if you're feeling like you could go further, bring the heels closer to the hips. If you could go further, hover the heels to knee height. And then just pause, look through the toes. And breathe. Relax the body. So if the body gets too tense, you're going to create too much wasted energy. Find the balance. Literally. Breathe. So we're going to do one more breath in and breath out. As we're going to breathe out now, we're going to do knee tucks. So we're going to straighten the legs. If you need to, take the hands by the side of the hips. But if you can, we're going to do slow knee tucks for 1, 2, 3. So chest comes to knees, knees come to chest. Bring the cup away from each other. 4, 5. Squeeze and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. All the way down onto your bum. Bring the legs in for a moment. Just take a bit of an active stretch. So we're just going to bring the feet to touch. Have a little wiggle into the bum. Rest the hands around the toes. Get long through the spine. Relax the shoulders. Just breathe. Let your mind and your body regather itself. And breath comes back into a nice gentle rhythm. And then we're just going to start to have a little bit of a sway, side to side, massage the glutes, the bum muscles. Okay, and then just gently coming up. We're going to come forwards now, onto your hands and knees. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. So from here, we're going to work the core up a little bit more. So we're going to send that right foot back, and then left hand up. Again, this is a supported version. If you feel like you can go stronger, kick the right heel up. I'm going to hold here. I'm going to keep squeezing. I'm going to hold for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do slow 5 crunches with this. So smooth, elbow to knee, underneath your belly. 5. Move as if you're moving through a treacle. 4. Push strongly into that right hand and the left knee to create a good connection and squeeze in the abs. Again, the body, strengthening your body with your own body weight in a really connected and efficient way. 4. Last one. 5. Squeeze. And then release. Have a bit of a wiggle. How was that? I'm going to go to the other side now. So left leg steps back, right hand steps up. We're going to squeeze and hold either here or kick the heel up. Strong into that left hand and the right knee. Hold for 10. 3, 2, 1. Slow 5 reps again, as if you're moving through treacle in slow motion. 5. Coming back out. 4. If you get to 5 before me, just pause, but try to match my pace roughly. 6. Good squeeze. Hand and foot as far away from each other as you can. Squeeze your lower back as you squeeze out here, and then one more squeeze in. Then bring it down. Good work. Okay, have a little wiggle through the shoulders. Come off the wrists if you need to. And this next little area, we're going to go into upper body. So chest, shoulders and triceps. Really intense for some people. So take the supported version on your knees if you need to. Take your hands wider also if you can. One point that we don't want to be doing is when we're going down into that press up position, slowly lowering down, is we don't want to be taking the elbows out because that can just put a load of strain on the elbows. So if we can, we always want to try and get the elbows going backwards. Keeps that healthy movement in the elbow joint. Again, if I'll carry on going, and if you feel like you need to pause and stop, have a pause, have a break, and come back in whenever you feel like you can catch up. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring your hands just as wide as your mat. Again, elbows will always go backwards, remember, not out. And then start to take the knees backwards. So this is the more supported version. So the knees back, and you can do it in this supported version if you need to. Again, if you fatigue and tire, always come to the knees as well, just so you're still getting some work rather than not working. If we're feeling strong and we can do the full version, we'll go here. And I'm going to try not to breathe because my microphone, I'm going to try not to talk too much as we're going down. It's when my microphone might get in the way. Push strongly. You can already feel some work going on in the shoulders and the core. From here, we're going to do a really slow press up for about 15 to 20 seconds. So lowering down into it, I've already started, and you're going to start to bring the elbows back. The slower you can go, the more intense it's going to be, the more strength you're going to build. Again, if you need to at any point, you just come down, push, or take a pause. I'm going to get a little pause at the bottom, and then push slowly. So again, hold nice and slow. I've started that movement. Really building that strength. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and push. Going to do one more. Again, if you need to, go to the knees or have a break. Building that strength, really squeezing those abs and the shoulders, feeling the triceps working. Using yoga and your body weight to strengthen your body. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow push and come off those wrists and those shoulders. Nice work. Wherever you was at with that, remember that, and you can either carry on doing this this session and come back to it in a week or so, or do it every other day, and then maybe come back to it in a couple of weeks and notice how maybe you've got stronger doing that. Okay, so we're going to go back into that press-up plank position again, either here supported with your knees or into a full press-up plank position. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to rock forwards right onto your tiptoes and bend the elbows into a quarter position, so almost like Chaturanga Dandasana, and then we're going to push back. Hands above your shoulders. So you rock onto your tiptoes and push elbows backwards into a quarter press up and push back. If you're doing that on your knees, again, you just tilt your weight a bit more further forwards, bend the elbows and push back. Tilt your weight forwards and push back. So we're going to do 8. 8 more because we've already done 2. Or if you haven't done 2 already, you can do 10. Okay, so we're going to tilt forwards onto those tiptoes, bend those elbows. That's 1. And then you can do it in your own pace, or you can follow me. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can use the breath. Exhale, push out. Breathe in as you come forwards. And then push. Come to the knees. Just have a little stretch. Bring the toes to touch, knees open. Just stretch the hands out. Look towards the top of the mat. Rest the elbows down. Maybe bring the forehead down, breathe. So just relaxing the shoulders before we come back up gently now. One more time on the shoulders and the triceps and the chest muscles. Back up into either the supported version with the knees or the full version. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do 2 shoulder taps and then a roll out. So up nice and high and a roll out. So you can either do that. If you're doing it on the supported version, you do 2 shoulder taps, roll out onto the knees, and that top leg straightens a little bit, push the hip up. Nice and strong there. So we're going to do 6 on that. So up into that press up plank. We're going to do a tap, tap, roll out onto that left hand, weight into the left hand, Roll the feet into the sides, nice and high. Got to lift with that right arm, bring that hand back down. 2 taps, that would 1 rep. Roll into the right hand now. Weight into the outsides of the feet, bring that left hand up. That's 2, 4 more. 2 taps in the middle. Roll into the left hand, nice, good open through the right. 3, 2 taps in the middle. Keep breathing, come back up. 4, 2 taps in the middle. Roll into the feet. 5, 2 taps in the middle. 6, good work, well done. Come down to the knees and the hands. Come off the wrists. Have a little breather. Shake those arms and shoulders well done. We're going to do some strengthening a little bit more into the back now. So as we go down, keeping the hands just by the side of the ears here. So not pulling the neck, but just by the side of the ears. Squeezing those elbows back so that we can work into that upper back. And we're going to squeeze and hold the lower back off the chest off the mat as we come down in the front. I'm saying it now because when I go down I might be squishing my microphone and not being able to hear me very clearly. So come onto your front from here, hands by the side of the ears, touch the toes together. I'm going to squeeze the head and chest up, pull the elbows back, and then lift the toes up and hold. Keep breathing. Again, when those little adjustments need to happen, like you need to squeeze the elbows up, you need to squeeze the chest up, you need to squeeze the feet up a little bit more. Let's make those adjustments. Really strengthen into that lower back area. If you need a pause at any time, come down. Well done, keep going, nearly there. Keep your breath as calm as you can. Last one, nice breath in. As you breathe out, release, hands to the floor. Take that Sphinx pose for a bit of an active recovery. Elbows underneath the shoulders, hands in to the floor. Touch the toes together. Have a wiggle for the hips. Breathe, lift the chin and chest. Slowly breathing down. One more breath in. As you breathe out, just release your forehead towards the mat and take your hands just off the mat with your fingers stretched nice and wide. Hands are about in line with your head. Elbows backwards again. We're going to do a nice press into the hands. Lift the chin and chest, arching the back, so strengthen and just come wherever you feel okay for the back. So there's a push-up element and a strengthening and arching of the back. Slowly lower the hips back down and the chest. So you roll through your spine, push into the hands, again like a press up, elbows go back, squeeze the lower back as well, so you're coming up into the lower back at the same time, so you're working the push and pull muscles at the same time. 2, we're doing 10. So we're squeezing up nice and slowly, breathing in. And breathe out, release. If it feels better for you to do it the other way, you can exhale as you push. Breathe in as you come down. So we're doing, again, 10. This is 5 for me. If you've gone ahead, that's absolutely fine. Just make it your practice. Nice control all the way throughout the movement there. So nice and smooth. Squeeze. Good work. Make those little adjustments if you need to bring the hands a little bit closer. Squeeze the lower back. Control on the way down as well, so it's pushing into the floor as you're coming down to create that strength in the upper body. So well done, last one. Slowly release all the way to the floor, into that Sphinx pose again. Bring the elbows underneath the hands. Just have a little bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a breath. Just pause for a moment, notice all the work that's happening in your body. Nice moment to pause. I'm going to slowly start to send the hips up, bring the knees in, and then slowly coming up to standing. I'm going to go widthways on your mat. I'm going to do some leg work, conscious of overstretching the groin as we do this as well. So feel, don't just copy me blindly, feel what feels right for your body. If something's really stretching and really pulling, don't carry on going and forcing and pushing into it. So just work up to that, but don't go up to it and past it. So just go stay within the comfort zone. So we're going to go feet wide to the point that you can feel maybe a little bit of a stretch. Toes point out slightly. Relax the shoulders. I'm going to create some heat and control in the thighs and the groin muscles. So starting to put the weight, this is my right but your left, so starting to put the weight into the left foot, bend the left knee and start to put the weight over into this side a little bit. Just tap your bum, make sure your bum muscles are on, thighs are obviously going to be active. You can lean your head slightly if you need to get the bum muscles a bit more active. And then slowly push back up. Come to this side, so again bend that knee. Almost as low as the knee with the hip if you can. Just touch the bum, lean slightly forward to get the bum working. Thighs, that's 2. And then we can go through with it. You can use hands free if you want. You can go low, slow and low. Slow and low. Slow. Pause at the bottom. And coming back up. Should feel like you have to put a bit of pressure in there to start. We're going left and right. If you're copying my pace, this is 5. If not, we're doing 10. So if you've gone a little bit ahead, you've counted. So again, slow and low. 6, nice and slow as we're coming up. Don't rush it as we get up. Tendencies to rush, nice and slow down. Pause. Slow, slow, slow. Create that resistance. 7. And nice and slow. Little bit of a pause, squeeze, 8 back up to the centre, last one each side, pause, slow push, don't rush, slow push, don't rush, so. Okay, again, slow push, don't rush, cheesy, sorry, and just have a little bit of a wiggle through the hips. Nice, relax, wiggleness, soften and shake. And then from there, we're going to take the feet in slightly, hands to the hips, just going to stretch those legs. Send the hips backwards and bring the head about halfway down. And then starting to bring the head over the left foot, keep the legs straight if it's okay for the legs. Have a bend if you need to, bring the head over the right foot. Relax the shoulders. If you don't follow me, if you don't subscribe to my videos, please hit the little subscribe button when you've finished this. It really does help my little channel grow. More people will see the videos because YouTube goes, oh, people are watching that and they like it. Let's put it in front of more people. So like the video, make a little comment, say, I enjoyed this practice, thanks. Subscribe to the channel, all helps my little channel, so thank you for that. Okay, and then I'm going to start to bend the knees. I'm going to place the hands to the floor. So you can have a little bit of movement, a little bit side to side movement. So using your arms to support the weight of the body now. So it's not a strength work. We're trying, there's a little bit of strength work in it, but we're trying to go more mobility, more massage and loosen those joints. Maybe you start to come over and you bring the heel into the floor and just stretch, lifting the toes up. You can use the hands to support the weight of the body. Breathe and don't go further than your body wants you to. Because your mind will go, I want to go further. I want to go miles further than this. I know, because my mind is a very aggressive chimp. Okay, and then coming back to the centre. Going to wiggle. Going to come up slowly. We'll have a little bit of a wiggly kind of default. Shake your body off, feel your body from that nice